Hey guys, welcome back to some Gilded Guardians. Today's video, it is the first expansion. Frostmire is here. So I want to break this down. I want to check out these patch notes, see exactly what we're getting. So the boss rush begins, endless season starts, and then of course special events, Glacial Guardians begin. We're going to have to see exactly what this looks like. So there are some new features in here as well. New Guardian Summoner banner, the Ferocious Frost, which is of course Liska and Dovir, which we've looked at before. New adventure mode, Frostmire. Tier 7 gear is now craftable, which again, we're going to have to look at that. Reward ad features, end of adventure, first clear once per day. So there are going to be some additional new features in here, new changes with what is going on with the rewards. Getting more crafting and energy daily, once per energy type per day. Now, in addition, this also will change a lot depending on where your guild is. As we continue to build guild levels, we can actually get a lot more energy, not only in the adventure mode, but also in the crafting mode. New auto wallet sync, which would be pretty interesting. So 2 new IAP features, 30 calling crystals, which we love that for $24.99. Purchasable weekly, that is going to be insane for the banners. And then 6 million gold, which we know gold in this game is kind of crazy. All right, whenever you sync a newly minted Web3 asset for the first time, will not be subject to 24-hour gameplay limitation, which is cool because if you're minting it, if you're getting it, you get to experience it. Remember, if you transfer, you will have to, when you do the transfer, you'll have to wait that 24 hours. So salvaging legendary tier 6 gear, return some of the materials spent in crafting. That is going to be cool. Domain bonus 12 or level 2 with the tier 6 gear have a chance to return advanced materials. This is going to make crafting way easier in here. Maximal earnable daily quest points have been increased to 150. Very cool. Required to earn the first final chest is still 100. So there's going to be more chests in there. Major adventure adjustments. Now remember, they refer to this as an expansion, not just a regular update. So I'm sure there's going to be some crazy amount of stuff in here. So the design team at Mindloader wanted to experiment with simplifying adventure to reduce the overall time in dungeons, which I like. We're going to have to look. When Frostmire is released, these changes have been implemented across the game. Low engagement, needless challenge, and high feedback on overall complexity. With these changes, players should experience smoother and more stable progression through the adventure mode. The adventure mode, guys, overall wasn't a huge part that players were engaged in, which they absolutely should have. We'll be watching for retention in this new funnel closing. That's where they were losing a lot of players, where players were literally hitting a brick wall in the adventure mode, couldn't do anything. Lowered the difficulty of dungeons across all worlds. Very cool. Combined for all the adventure modes with updated enemies, updated the relevant reward tables. Each dungeon only has a single challenge tier rather than 3 tiers, which is going to be pretty interesting. Curses and Runes no longer appear in the adventure mode. That'll make it easy, very straightforward. Updated the UX for the dungeon select, which we're going to have to look through a lot of this. Train, the advanced buff changed. All Guardians max health is increased by 15. Health is now reduced by 30. So yeah, they're changing a couple of the buffs in here. All Guardian max attack is increased by 10 at the cost of reducing their HP by 30. Novice quests rearranged and updated. Then bug fixes. We're not going to get into the bug fixes because you can see, guys, this goes on forever for things within this game. So let's hop in and see what it looks like. So that is our last claim for our legendary shard right there. This, of course, we're going through the daily rewards. There is the pile up gold offer. That was the one. And there is our calling crystal. So if we could go in there, there is the limited trial also for Liska. So we could check that out as well. And that is the Glacial Guardians event. So you can see it's kind of fuzzy in the back. This happens quite a bit with BlueStacks. I don't know why, but let's hop in the adventure. See if the adventure is the same. So here is the 4 traditional parts of the adventure. And there is the Frozen Wilds, or the Frostmire that we're getting into. And you can see, again, it's a little bit fuzzy. I don't know if it's something with the settings, but the Frozen Shore is right here, 130. And then I'm wondering, once we go through here, we should be able to clear it. Discovery, we have our energy right up there. Let's go ahead and hop in here and see what it looks like. Now, traditionally, I'm going to go ahead and just drop the same team that we've been running for a while in here. Let's go ahead and start this. I want to see the difficulty in there. That's the big thing in this one. I don't know how difficult it's going to be. There we go. So we're looking for the Wellspring with Leah. And of course, we have our commander. Did someone call for a guide? Liska is in here. That's very cool. And I'm glad you got here. Now, overall, we have 12 floors in here. So very similar. We have all of our autos in here. And again, I'm kind of wondering like where the damage scaling is going to be, if it's really going to make a big difference. Because remember, we're on level 190. So it says recommended, I think, was 120. So recommendation level, of course, we are much, much higher than we see traditionally. And you can see, so another problem that players are having is with Grizel falling back. We see this in a couple different game modes. You'll notice that everybody runs straight to the back line. Now watch when I change this up. So let's go ahead and go in the formation. We'll move him over here. Now it seems like it doesn't happen the same way. Or no, now it still does. Before, if you swapped Karuk to this actually like the second position right here in the bottom, it didn't have the same issue of all the enemies just running by. So a lot of players were kind of defaulting or having to run with 2 tanks in their entirety. And you can see there's no guild coins in there or no of the adventure tokens to go in there and build this out a little bit further. But I'm thinking this is going to be pretty easy to get through the first iteration of the Frostmire. Don't know what it's going to look like for the rest of this, meaning when we get in here and we're looking at challenge 2 and challenge 3 in here, which I'm assuming we still have to go ahead and farm all of these out. So again, based on level, not super difficulty. I know they said across all the world that they did make it a little bit easier. What do we get out of our chest? So 50 rubies. So again, very similar to what we've seen traditionally going through this game mode and looking at, we see some different heroes like that. That's Gradine. I forget exactly what the rare hero's name is. So it's cool to see a couple different ones in here. So they only added one. They only added this one new adventure within here. I thought there were going to be multiple adventures. And you can see, guys, even the team's combat power 3.3, we're at 14 million and climbing with all of the upgrades and everything else we did. But all right, so adventure mode, not too impressed. I'm just going to be another part that we can kind of run through in here. So let me go ahead, head back to the Haven, because I want to look at the gear and I want to see exactly what this looks like. So let's hop in the crafting. Now, of course, auto merge. Boom, there is the 7. So you can see we've been saving this up kind of crazy, kind of a lot of savings. So any tier 6 gear, and I wonder if I do have any in here. Any of kind of the old tier 6 gear, which we do not at this point. I was going to say we could go through and sacrifice some of the old tier 6 gear. And then you can see we also have these tier 7 ingots down here. Now, I'm sure once we go through the progression, we'll get a new crafting bag. I'm under the assumption that we will get a new crafting bag, because this one is going to have to be leveled up. I'm not sure if I should go through and see if we do get a new crafting bag or just go ahead and take care of this. But I'm going to go ahead and get all of this. And there is the level 7 wood. Now, remember, we saved a crazy amount of these chests in here to go ahead and save and get all of these small material chests and fill up the crafting bench and craft actually the tier 7 gear. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Tier 6s, tier 7. And let's see what we need in this forge. So there is the tier 7. Again, it's only another 4. But I want to see what it looks like, guys. Let's keep opening these until we get to the point of being able to craft up this tier 7 piece. I want to see, again, kind of what it looks like. Yeah, see, it's going to be quite a bit more to get all the rest of these resources in here. And I'm also hoping there's a bigger chest. So we have both of those chests in there. I'm hoping there is a larger chest that we can get out of that newer mode. So there's our 6, there's one more 7. We need what? We need one more 7 at this point, and then we'll craft. And of course, we're going to start with Leah. We're going to start with the wand. We're going to start with the regular gear, the regular caster gear. There is our 4-7. So let's see what we get in here. Boom, first piece crafted right there. And there is our tier 7 gear. It is just going to be, oh, there we go. Oh, it rolled right by it. That was cheating. It was going to roll to it. So yep, there is our tier 7 gear. So 11,000 attack. I'm almost wondering what, I wish I had another epic, kind of what the base is of where we're at right now, because looking at gear, we have this gear maxed out. It is 92. But I mean, if the base on that is 11, that's pretty big in comparison. I'm wondering exactly if we do get, yeah, how much stronger this tier 7 gear is going to be. because that's, I mean, 92 to 11 seems like tier 7 gear is going to be and make a big difference. We're going to have to start again, kind of replacing all of this gear. You can see that we also do have our artifact in here that is on Leo right now. So we're using that and really building those out. It's going to be very cool to see. I'm going to have to hop through and go through Glacial Guards in just a little bit and see exactly what that's going to look like. But endless mode, we know this is the regular reset, so that's okay. I'm happy with that. And then the rush mode, the exact same. And then we also do have both of our heroes in here that you can test out and try out. But let's look at the shop on what we have going on in here. So there are both the heroes. Now, guaranteed a premium guardian with 60 calling crystals. Now, the thing to note in here, you can see huge AoE backline damage dealer is with these. You can get them cheaper if you're getting them with an Eerie store. In addition to that is when you summon them in here, they are not Radiant Guardians. They are just the regular Guardians. You do have to Radiant them. And of course, the Calling Crystal bundle. This is definitely one to pick up with these Calling Crystals to get some of the heroes out of there in the pile of gold. For 6 million gold, absolutely, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick that one up as well. And I'm thinking the rest of the Calling Crystals, yeah, those are just kind of sold out. So very cool. And I was hoping that there would be some updates to the summoning, because we know in the guild store with all of the guild stuff we're getting out of here, I was hoping there would be some updated summons or some changes to these summons, but unfortunately it's not. We just have this one, and look, you can choose which hero you want to pull. Honestly, I'm going to have to wait and see exactly which one comes in where and which one we're looking to pull, because I only have 3 stones. If I buy another 30, I wait till I'm guaranteed to get a hero. I don't think within a couple summons in there that we're going to be able to actually get the hero. So, all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.